You're not. You're crazy. Oh my gosh, I got a crazy little doggy who wants tons of treats right now. She won't stop barking. It's like, oh, really? You want one? Is that what you want? Yeah? Okay, there you go. Oh my gosh. So there you go, Wrigley. You can have that one. Hello, guys. How are y'all? And oh my gosh. This this morning I woke up, and you guys know a lot of times I'll wait until Monday morning to come up with a case for missing Mondays because a lot of times you'll either have a new case that really needs to get out there quickly, or things change and you get tons of research done, and then all of a sudden the person's not. So I kind of time it that way. And so I woke up and started doing my normal morning searches for a case and all. I looked a little last night, and I got a message from Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much, Chris. I don't know if he's here yet, but he sent a case through Discord, guys, that is, it's crazy. It's literally, this is not a missing person, innocent person here. Okay. This is a be on the lookout missing Mondays. Just a heads up as we go into this. Nicholas Hamlett, who we will be talking about today, is on the run right now, and he has been connected to one death at least. Okay. And the potential of others, attempted level, and identification theft. I don't even know how many cases we're talking about of that. So there's a lot there. But while we're saying hi to everyone as they're coming in, I just saw some people in chat. I gotta say hi to them. Where's my chat? There they go. We got Ocean Tides, #1 in the chat. Yeah, someone's being a little cutie pie now. Now she's happy. She's got her treats. She's a really happy girl now. So, and we got KK. How are you doing, my dear? And thinking about you. Okay, you got a lot going on in the next couple weeks, so we got you in our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers and all that. I love you, my dear. And Libby is in the house. Libby. And in fact, Libby, I just finished, oh, I think it's something like 32 Christmas ornaments. Got a couple more to do because this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will be at the Christmas Gift and Craft Fair here in Honolulu. So it is that time of year for all of us who do crafts and sell things to go crazy. And also hope you're doing good, Libby. So let's, this one is mind blowing, guys. I love you, girl. I miss ya. I miss ya. And totally, totally. And I'm gonna try to do, I got a message from one of our mods here that has been amazing. Really sent me a lot of ideas and picked me up with ideas on how we can move forward with the channel. I've been trying to figure out how can we reach more people. Okay, we need to reach more people out there to let them know what's going on. Um, but if you don't do the drama side of things, you don't really pick up the views as much. So I've been trying to figure out ideas, and I don't know if this person wants me to mention who they were, so I'm not going to say who they are yet. But they came up with some wonderful things, and I'm going to be going to people asking for help and see what we can do. So talking to you guys, what would you like to see more of? Okay, do you like the Friday true crime updates? Okay, would you like to see more of the cold cases, conspiracies behind cold cases solved or even the solved cases that people are like, is that really that way or not? A lot of different ideas out there, but I want to kind of reach in. Missing people is always the core of this channel when it comes down to what it is. So, CG Crime, how you doing, my dear? And you are getting, wait, what time is it for you right now? If I'm at 4:06 p.m., you're early morning, yeah? Right now, I think something like that. It was earlier. I was in Amber's chat. She did a great interview with one of the girlfriends of Wade, old girlfriend, not one of these new, Yeah, and but an actual old girlfriend who was hurt by him, and I was watching that live, and I was talking to another subscriber out there who's over in Greece, and oh my god, we were just having fun. I hate time zones. I hate time zones. What? It's lunchtime. Okay, so you're about four hours then. It's 4:06 here. Won't be for long. I don't know when time change happens, but when time change happens, these lives will move up 1 hour, I think it is, earlier. 1 hour earlier is, I think, what happens at that point for things. So, Libby, no, I don't know where I'm going to put all of this that I've been making for Christmas. I've got, yeah, too much for a small 6 to 8 foot table. It's crazy. Ooh, okay. Who did you see last? But what did I miss? You saw Posty. I missed that. Oh my God. Yeah, now time for the surgery. Yeah. And that's what I was talking for those of you who don't know. KK is going to be going through some surgery in the next couple of weeks. So keep her in your prayers. But she saw Posty. We don't get to see all the cool people out in Hawaii. They don't come to Hawaii for some reason. Yeah, it's too expensive is the problem. It's really expensive just to stop off and do one or two concerts out in the middle of the Pacific with all the equipment it takes. It really is. So, okay, so let's get this moving, guys. Nicholas Wayne Hamlet. Let me ask the ever important question. How many of us actually know this asshole's name? Yes, that's what he is. He is. This guy, I don't get him. I don't, I'm trying to comprehend what led up to this be on the lookout. Okay, again, reminder, this is not a missing person in the traditional sense. This is a be on the lookout for a bad person. Okay, this is a guy who has attempted to kill people before and is currently wanted for first degree murder, and he is out there somewhere right now. So put a one in chat if you've heard of Nicholas Wayne Hamlet. There's a handful of articles out there, and I saw one other person I just saw about 10-15 minutes ago did do a live about them earlier today. But when we started looking this morning, I wouldn't have even known about the case if Chris had not sent it to me this morning. So, so one, if you've heard about this guy, a two, if you have not heard about this case yet. And what I'm going to do is we got one news story we're going to look at, and then we're going to break down the timeline. We got, aha, there's our first two in chat. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of twos in chat this time. There we go. KK, Ocean Tide. I think that was me. That was me, to be honest. Libby, too. Okay, so this one's going to be one we're all kind of learning. I gotten the timeline down, but even right now, there are people who are searching for information because I think this guy has a super long list of charges and sentences from the past. In my eyes, I don't know how he's not still in prison. And all of this that has happened in the last week to 2 weeks has happened because he was on parole and he skipped out on parole, which has led to what we are dealing with now, which is a person who no one knows who they are, who is dead, and a list of false names, a list of someone using aliases and stealing other people's identity. And also, thank you, KK. Love you, my dear. So let's do this first. Now, I know when we go through this, they kind of give us a real quick breakdown. Remember, we will go back and we'll break it down much slower, try to digest it, because a 50-second news article is not going to be able to help you, especially this one. It makes no sense. It is so freaking confusing, this whole case right now. I don't get it. Let me find the right thing. Here we go. And we will do some map time with this also. So make sure I got that all set. Okay, here we go. This is from WYFF News 4, and it was posted yesterday.
See, deputies say a man is wanted for first-degree murder and has ties to South Carolina. Deputies say a man who claimed to be Brandon Andrade.
It's Tennessee, however, just so you know, KK was wanting to know what state. This happened recently. What happened is Tennessee. However, before that, the cases that we'll be discussing a little bit here were in Alabama. Before that, it looks like there were cases in Florida. Um, and as for others, he literally has ties to Florida, South Carolina, Alaska, Kentucky, Montana, Alabama, Tennessee. So this guy is on the run, and whether he's in one of those places where he knows, or if he's gone to a new place so that no one can recognize him, very possible.
Told a dispatcher he fell after running from a bear. Officials went to the area where they
You
pinged
heard
his
that right, a
call and
bear.
found a dead man. They also found an identification card with Andrade's name on it. Officers later found out the ID did not belong to the deceased man. Investigators say the caller was 45-year-old Nicholas Hamlett. Authorities believe Hamlett fled his home before his real identity was discovered. Deputies said the man who was found dead has yet to be identified. An arrest warrant has been issued for Hamlett, who officers say has ties in many states, including South Carolina.
That's literally the longest news story I could find. Most were like 20, 25 seconds. That is the longest thing I can find. I can't find now. We are going to look. There was a press release from law enforcement, but no press conference whatsoever. Now, what I'm hoping is we're going to talk at one point about the person who was found deceased. They are doing a workup on some of that. So I think hopefully that'll be connected and maybe we'll get a press conference out of that. So anyway, let's take a look real quickly. This is the person we're looking at right now. As you can see from this, he can look many different ways. I mean, that guy on the left, I don't even know. At first, I thought, wait, was that the guy that was it a postmortem of something else? The other person? I can't quite figure it out, but everything I've seen is saying that this is Nicholas Hamlett. I have noticed in other pictures of Nicholas that he has actually, when he was younger, would shave his head. So he would go around. So, I mean, KK, I'm happy you're in chat because you are the queen of the people can look whatever way they want to comment. Okay. This guy can change his hair color. He can change his eye color with contacts. He can shave his head. He can grow out facial hair. He can get rid of facial hair. He can do pretty much anything and has done anything in the past. And so this is what he looks like right now. Now, how did all this? There she go. There you go, my dear. Yes, there you go. You do exactly what I do. When you're looking for people, because even me, I found his Facebook page. Um, and actually I was looking around on Web Sleuth and they have some great information that helped me in my research today. And one of the things was a Facebook page. Someone felt it was his. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that the same guy or is it? Now, get this. The Facebook page is from like the 20 teens. Okay, like 16, 17. I think 2017 was the last time it was posted to. So the guy's much older now, but huge differences in how he looks. But do exactly what KK said there. Find something on him that looks striking, that's different, okay, that is hard to change. Okay, things like a nose shape, okay, lip shape, okay, eyes. In this case, his eyes are really deep. They're deep set in. Okay, they're sunken in and all that. They're small. Those are the things you'd be keeping an eye out for. And so let's get going real quickly on him, and I will pull up some the maps here for this also. So let me go. Yeah, his eyes are very unique. They're sunken in. They something in those that I don't like the look in them at all. Let me real quickly share my screen real quick so we can pull up Google Earth and share some of the stuff from there as we're going through this. Okay. So, as KK was asking what areas was he from, okay, we know Florida, he has a history in South Carolina, Alaska. Okay, so I mean, I don't know what took him to Alaska, but I mean, you could go all the way up into Alaska where he knows stuff now. Kentucky, Montana, Alabama, Tennessee. The majority of them is that southeast area of the country. And now, the two places we're going to focus on right now, this may change over time. And as we gather more information, especially if he's still out there missing, we'll come back and revisit this. But everything that we're talking about with this case started on October 18th. Okay, today's the 28th, so 10 days ago. There's this area, little tiny town in Pennsylvania called Tellico Plains. Tellico Plains, as you look here, is, I mean, teeny tiny. You can't, it's not even popping up on things till you get this close. It's literally this teeny tiny town here with a population of 800 people. Teeny tiny. Everyone knows everyone, things like that. And one of the things that I've noticed that's mentioned throughout this, I had to look up about it, is the Cherohala Skyway. At first, I was like, wait, is this a road? Is this a ride? Is this, what is it? And it is, it's a road. It's a scenic highway that truly goes around this. You can kind of see where it kind of goes all the way through all of this wilderness area. And they're saying it's become very, very popular with people who are just taking rides, motorcyclists, things like that. And so big, big, okay, gorgeous area. Okay, absolutely. I looked at pictures. If you have a chance to go to the website for the Cherohala Skyway, go take a look. It's gorgeous what they have there. And so Pennsylvania. Oh, yep, Pennsylvania. Well, Alabama, Pennsylvania. Yes, right now this is Pennsylvania is where all this blew up from. The latest incident is Pennsylvania. And and yes, KK pulled out more information here. Okay, and that flat area between his eyes. It's not like me. I go straight out right away. The top of his nose, it seems more flat than. And good point there. So Tellico Plains in this little area here, on October 18th at 11:34 p.m. So 25 minutes before midnight, 26 minutes before midnight. Okay, 911, okay, received a phone call. I think it was initially to Polk County. He does get around. And the more I have looked at his record, the more I realize he has gotten around escaping his record. I have a funny feeling. My suspicion, okay, that's speculation on my part, but that's what I'm thinking. At 11:34, a 911 phone call came in to Polk County 911. Um, as they spoke with this person, they decided they needed to transfer it to the Monroe County 911, which they did. Now, what happened was the 911 call came in from a person by the name of Brandon Andrade. Brandon Andrade was claiming that he had gone out hiking, okay, along this Cherohala Skyway area. Love you, my dear. Love you, love you. And so he was out in this area. Oh, yeah. How is he getting money? Okay. How is he get? Well, this is where we're going to hear more and more about it. There's a lot of ID theft in this case. This guy is many different people. Okay. And will change who he is. Okay. Not just look wise, but name wise. So until he gets found out, he could just get a job as someone else or something like that and earn his own money until he's like, oh, I got to get out of here. And so this phone call comes in at 11:34. Guy by the name Brandon Andrade said he'd been out hiking. And while he was hiking, and you can see this area, okay, and I'm not sure the exact area here. They do mention water, so maybe it's this Quarry Creek area, maybe it's another area. I'm not sure, but it's somewhere near Tellico Plains and that. No problem, KK. That's how my brain works too. I work it way ahead. I'm asking all the questions for sure. Um, this person said he had been out there hiking, and all of a sudden he was chased by a bear. This bear was chasing after him, and as he was trying to escape from the bear, it chased him off the side of a cliff. Okay. Looking here, we can go into this area. You can kind of see, okay, it is rolly at times, especially as you get up to some of these upper areas. Um, there's definitely, okay, depending on where exactly along the skyway, that could make sense. And so the guy's saying, I fell, I'm injured, I can't get up, I can't get away. Um, half of my body is in the water, part of my body is in the water right now. Okay, and I need help. Please come help me. So immediately on that call finishing up, you have police trying to figure out, okay, where is he? He can't tell us where he is other than he's by water. Okay, and also they ping his, they gather a group together and they start searching, going out there searching. In the meantime, they are able to track that his phone is pinging in the area of Charles Hall Bridge on the Cherrahola Skyway. Okay, in Tellico Plains, Tennessee. Now, based off of that, that's why, I mean, this whole area is Tellico, it looks like, even though the town itself, the 800-person town, is way over here. If you look throughout this whole area, you got Tellico Ranger Station, you've got Tellico River Gorge. I looked up the bridge. I was having problems finding the bridge. And, but doesn't matter. They knew where that bridge was. So they sent a bunch of people out to go track him down and they found him. Search and rescue went out. They were able to find the person who they thought had made the 911 call. Unfortunately, he had passed. He was no longer with us. At the time that happened, I don't know exacts on how long or, okay, the exact order of all this, but the body was taken. Wait, let me see. You know what? The Pennsylvania was something else. Sorry. Strike Pennsylvania. That's me. I just noticed I had a typo there. That's my fault. It is all Tennessee. It is all Tennessee. There's too many different towns and locations in this case. And yeah, that was my fault. Tennessee, Tennessee, Tennessee. And for now until we move to Alabama in a few minutes. And so they take the guy's body and they take it down, okay, for forensics to figure out what exactly happened. How did he die? Was it injuries from the bear, the fall, all of that? Police stay in the area, and as they're looking, they find identifications, okay, with the man, identifying him as a Mr. Brandon Christopher Andrade. Okay, that's found on his body. So they feel that they know who this guy is. However, somehow they come to the decision over the next day, couple days, I don't know, but pretty soon after that, something's not right here. This is not Mr. Brandon Christopher Andrade. They realize very quickly that hey, Lioness, no problem, my dear, no problem at all. Hello, my dear. Mr. Andrade does not match this guy. In addition, they discover this identification had been stolen in the past. And they had been using, whoever stole this had been using this person's identification. So the question starts coming down to this now. Okay, is this now the person who stole the identity? Okay, is what's going on with this? Okay, well, the next thing that gets figured out is that this person who passed away did not die from a fall or a bear attack. We have not been told the cause of death yet. However, it is not related to that 911 call. And in fact, he most likely was killed before the 911 call was made and the body dumped off. And then whoever made that phone call was actually the person involved in the death, is the thought process we're getting right now. And so, in the meantime, while all of that is being investigated, and I'm sorry, this is a very confusing case, guys. I'll be honest with you. It's crazy. As they start going through this, trying to figure out what's going on, somehow they connect that the person who stole this identification actually is a man, an ex convict who is currently wanted in Alabama, okay, by the name Nicholas Wayne Hamlett. Okay, now who is Nicholas Wayne Hamlett? We now have three people in this picture. We have Brandon Andrade, the identification card. We have the person who died, okay, who I will tell you right now, they have not been able to identify yet. They are working on a sketch at this time, and we are hoping that will get out to the public pretty quick. Okay. And now we have this person who supposedly took that identification, who is Nicholas Wayne Hamlett. Now, who is Mr. Hamlett? Nicholas Wayne Hamlett is currently 45 years old. And most importantly, I was able to get from AL.com, he is wanted in Alabama for a parole violation. Really weird. Okay. Trying to figure that. Okay, why is this guy? Okay, I can get it. He's on a run for a parole violation, but how does all this identification stuff fit in? And yeah, no, exactly, KK. This is not getting mainstream media attention, and it needs to at this point. When you see everything, all these different cases and stuff like this guy is dangerous. He's seriously dangerous. So we know he is wanted in, okay, Alabama for that parole violation. Now, this is where there's a little frustration. It looks like after the 911 call was placed, and I'm not sure how they got to this point. And, but police and law enforcement spoke with Nicholas Hamlett. Oh, CNN is covering now. That's good. That's good. Okay. Police spoke with Mr. Hamlett. And why wasn't he arrested at the time? The problem was this: he used a fake name. So I don't know if how they connected him to the 911 call. Did they connect him with the 911 call or what? But for some reason, in relationship to that 911 call, the bushes. Thank you, my dear. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you. And all of this stuff, okay, was it that the phone call connected to a number of his? Was it he showed up and said something? They saw him on video. We don't know what. All we know is the police did. Kimberly, hey, my dear. Yeah, Bush's is late. We got all these people who are here on time, and Bush's. They talked with him. He gave a fake name. They let him go. Now, in the time after that interview occurred, at some point, very much like the Adam Rink case recently, where he got out on parole, or not parole, on bond, with people not knowing what else was going on in other places. And kind of the same thing here. They had not put one and one together. After they talked with him, they finally put it together and they realized that this is the guy being looked at for in Alabama. This is Nicholas Wayne Hamlet. They go to arrest him, I suspect. He has now run and he's on the run. No one has seen him since at this point. And they're going out, they're trying to come up with all these different ideas. They do know, as I said, he has ties all over the place. Again, Florida, South Carolina, Alaska, Kentucky, Montana, Alabama, Tennessee. Um, and that's where we come to the past. Okay. We have him out, as I mentioned, on a parole violation, exactly in the bushes. They don't know who that guy is yet. And that's what's so we know it's not Mr. Andrade. Is it a homeless man? Is it someone else who's out and family just doesn't know they're missing at this point? Um it okay, there's so many different potentials out there. Was Hamlet using that identity of Andrade and wanted to get rid of that name. Okay, get rid of that. And that's what happened. We don't even know why he went about doing what he did at this point. It's that confusing. He could be anywhere. Yes, Ocean Tide. He could be anywhere at this point. So, as I mentioned, he's currently wanted in Alabama for a parole violation. I do have some stuff also about Florida, but we're still gathering the Florida information. That's what I'm thinking actually in the bushes is that whoever this other person is might be the identity he has now, very possibly. We also don't know if Mr. Andrade is alive or not. For all we know, he could be. Mr. Andrade could be alive and someone's just been using his ID and that's how they figured out that there was a reported stolen identification being used. So there's a lot of questions out there that the police aren't sharing right now. Let's see, KK is saying, but it's been 10 days, so people would have reported him missing by now. Yeah, he could be from another state. He could be homeless. Okay, there's so many different potentials here. And then even how it connects becomes a problem. So many crazy people in this world burying people. Yeah, and that's where we're heading now. Why is he on parole? This is the next part that just blows me out of the I can't get this. Alabama, I don't get it. So, hey, 71, how you doing, my dear? Welcome, welcome. According to AL.com, in 2009 in Elmore County, Alabama, okay, this guy, Nicholas Wayne Hamlet, was arrested. Okay, now let me pull this up to show you, okay, where we're talking about. Okay, here's the area we're now moving to. This was back in 2009. Okay, in Prattville. Okay, at this time, he was going by the name Joshua Jones. So we got another name. Okay. You know, in the bushes, I've seen an Andrade. Is that the one that just died a couple months ago? I know there is a potential that just died recently. Is that the reason why I don't know. Yeah. So I'm trying to find out, but then what throws me for a loop, why even make an issue of showing that this guy died if there's already an obituary? He's out of the picture. So that it's just this, on the other hand, how many times have we seen really stupid criminals? This is another one, maybe. And so, what happened in 2009 is this. Going by the name Joshua Jones, he contacted a man from Prattville trying to get some insurance, according to the police. Once he connected with this man, he held him at gunpoint. He then attempted to hit him with a baseball bat and then took him out to rural Cusada and buried him. Now, By the grace of God, the person did not die. I mean, seriously, by the grace of God. This did not turn into a murder case. Instead, he was charged with attempted murder and kidnapping. Goes in 2009, the charges, okay, are there. In 2012, he pleads to the lesser offense of felony assault and is then sentenced to 20 years in prison. Hey, see you. Welcome, 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 my dear. Thank you. And sentenced to 20 years. Okay. Gets someone with a baseball bat, holds them at gunpoint, tries to bury them alive. He gets 20 years. What blows my mind is at the time this is happening, court records, which I'm trying to get my hands on right now, show that he has four, according to the AL.com, he has four prior felonies at that time. So he's given 20 years. Somehow he is released because I'm sorry, 2009, 20 years, probably still be in jail. Yeah. And hey, how you doing, DC? Ooh, white chicken chili. Now that sounds good. I don't have my mom at home, so I'm cooking my own dinner lately. That does sound good. And so I'm not sure when he got out, but at some point he was paroled. He did not escape, nothing like that. He was actually paroled. This guy with four other felonies, and these felonies are literally looking super. You can't. That is. Oh, now it is. Okay, got it. Okay. Let's see what I can get from this. I may actually bring something up in a second because we may actually have some information on it. Okay, but they go and parole him pretty damn quick. So sorry, if the person who wants to say they just sent me stuff, please feel free to. I don't want to say, but I really appreciate you doing it. Okay, so I just got a copy of in 2011, the state of Florida versus Nicholas Wayne. Okay, let's see what is here. It looks like there. Okay, there's a charge of out of state fugitive. Okay, so extradition stuff that was done at that time. Interesting. Okay, got it, got it. Okay, let me come back here real quick. So they go and release him. He's out on probation. He skips out on probation. And now we find ourselves where we are now. Somehow he goes from Alabama, okay, to Pennsylvania, to Tennessee. I just did it again. To Tennessee. Okay. This man turns up, steals the identification of Brandon Andrade. We don't know when that happened. Okay, what was the time frame when that identification was taken? It was kidnapped from the kidnapping charges. Okay, interesting. Huh. I'm trying to figure out right now because 2009 in Elmore County, God, how much time did he actually spend in prison before he was paroled? I've got to lay all this stuff out. I really got to lay all this stuff out because it looks like, okay, 2009 is when he was arrested. It's looking to me like what probably happened according. Okay, wait, let me share this. Sorry, I'm not sharing this with you guys right now. Let me pull this up real quickly. Media. See if you got any of this makes any more sense to you than it does me. Wrong one, wrong one. I shared the wrong one. Let me change this out. How? I hate Restream. I just hate getting used to a new system. I don't know if you guys are that way, but the older I get, the harder it is to adjust to change. Okay, let me see. Let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, you guys should be. So, Seal, thank you so much, my dear. So in 2009, he's arrested, okay, and initially charged with attempted murder and kidnapping for assaulting the one man, and then burying him alive. Okay, that's 2009 is the arrest. They say that in 2012, he pled to felonious assault and was sentenced to 20 years. Now, this date falls in the middle here. We are looking at dates here, okay, because this is an extradition, state of Florida versus him. Sorry, it's so small, guys. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay, let me see if that'll work better. Okay, hopefully, let me see. That's showing okay, good. Okay. So, let me what we've got here, let's see, no attorney, defendant plain out of state fugitive, okay, fugitive warrant of extradition. So at some point between 209 and 211, he escaped, it looks like, to Florida. He was caught in Florida and sent back from the look of it. Okay, if that's, let me know if my thought process is making any sense to you guys here. And then at that point, he's sent back. Okay, case closed May 23rd of 2011. And then we know he then pleads to the lesser offense of felony assault. Okay, in 2012. So about a year later, 9 months to a year later, that occurs. Yes, dog, I hear you. And so thank you for that. And now the question is this: if he's charged, okay, now I know for sure. Oh, there was one more arrest. Let me, sorry, guys. We're pulling all this stuff up as we talk. Let me see here what this one is. Okay, this is more of a misdemeanor, it looks like. Uh, providing false reports. Okay, let me pull this one up for you guys real quickly. Change this out. So this guy definitely has a history of playing games and lying, it looks like. This one, make sure I'm showing you guys the right one here. Yep, that looks like the right one. So it looks like, according to this was closed March 29th, 2005, started around 2003, arrest report, cash bonded out. Let's see. He lives in Alabama. That fits with everything we're being told. Needs time to find a way back down to Florida. Notice given, judgment sentence. So there's definitely, this guy plays all. Oh, so okay, he was given 100 hours community service. But again, the charge here: false reports to law enforcement. So now we know we've got false reports to law enforcement, which, duh, he just did that when he was talking to the police after the 911 call, and he gave them a false name. So, yeah, no surprise there whatsoever. And he has a whole life. Yeah, exactly, guys. That's basically what all this is showing. This guy is all deception and crime. And it's the reason why police are saying, guys, if you come across this man, if you come across this guy here, don't try to do something yourself. Okay, call 911. Okay, just call 911 and let them know, because this guy definitely lied to police multiple times. He tried to kill someone by hitting them over the head, burying them under the ground. Okay, thank God he didn't kill them. He stole at least one more identification, probably one before that, because when he went and tried to kill the guy by burying him, he was going by a stolen identity at that time, or at least a false identity at that time. And so we've got that identification. We now have this new identification, okay, as Andrade. And now he's probably out there under another name on top of that. Okay, and now we have murder, first-degree murder. And that's the other side that's been interesting to me, because they immediately, let me pull this up here. Immediately, this is how we were all told about the case. They put this out, and sorry, it's a little hard for me to read all this stuff this way, so I'm going to pull it up for me. Um, oh yes, Lioness, totally. And let me open this up where I can see it and read to you. So this is how there was no press conference or anything like this. they sent out this 3-page document, and I'll show it to you. We pretty much discussed everything in it. Okay, other than one thing, which I will go through, but basically, we've got the aliases here. We know right now he has gone through a bunch of different aliases at this point. Oh, really in the bushes. Ooh, I'll have to take a look at that. Definitely. Let's see, where's the photo page? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, here we go. So this came out on the 25th, and it basically went through everything that we were talking about. As for who's been working on the case, they've got everyone working all the way up to the FBI. And the important part of that right now is that they have not identified the man who was found dead at the bottom of the cliff, by the water. FBI is currently working on a sketch of this guy to share out. What does frustrate me is this came out on the 25th. It's the 28th, and we still don't have that. I get it. It takes a while to get something out, but this is important. This guy could have a family out there right now. This man who was just killed could have a family out there. There could be connections. If they find out who this guy is, they might be able to figure out a little bit more about Nicholas and where he might be now. And so it's kind of frustrating that 25th was what, Friday, 6, 7, yeah, Friday. Today's Monday. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'm hoping maybe on top of that, they'll give us a press conference where questions can be asked and get some more answers. Because my question is this: how are they jumping to first-degree murder? Yes, duh. You kind of can look at it and you're like, okay, yeah, okay, if we're going to go into speculation, but we know the police don't work off of speculation. They've got to have facts here. Okay, it's not just that, oh, so and so called and then we found them dead later on. So, oh, yeah, it's first degree murder. I mean, they've got to know more. There's more information out there. So, what is that? They are calling him John Doe right now. So, and TBI hopefully will be able to share the rest of that out as time comes on. Other than that, as it says here, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, along with Monroe County Violent Crime Task Force, has been diligently working with the criminal investigators from the 10th Judicial DA's Office, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Knox County Sheriff's Office, Knoxville Police Department, the FBI, and other agencies in locating information on the deceased male subject and the locate. What gets me, we're not even being given a description of this guy. That's possible. That's possible. Face may have been very, very heavily used up. That's actually very true. Hadn't thought that way through, but that's very possible. However, right now we're not being given anything. Okay, is there an estimated height, estimated weight? What about hair color? Okay, eye color. Okay, it would be nice to have something else, but right now it's total silence, other than to say they've given him the name John Doe. As I go on here saying at this time, the deceased male has not been identified and is, let me see if, oh, you don't get to see me when I change pictures, do you? That's the difference between StreamYard and this. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Window, window, window. Boom. There we go. Okay. Okay, hopefully it's the right one now. No, it's not. I swear I hate this new system. I am not going to last with this new system whatsoever. Let's just create a new scene. That works. That always works best. Okay, let's see. Other image. I try to have all of my screens open and created for you guys ahead of time, but it does not work all the time. Okay, here we go. Okay, so at this time, the deceased male has not been identified and is being referred to as John Doe. Special agents with TBI are currently working to develop a sketch of John Doe to be released publicly for purpose of identification. The incident is under investigation. Further information will be released at a later time. For them to jump to that murder, okay, not just murder, but murder, I think I even read first degree. And so they've gotten that far and everything. And then they go through everyone that they want to say thank you to and all that. So um, they do remind everyone, please, please, please don't try to stop this guy on your own. Don't try to stop him. If you see him again, okay, well, let's just pull up the. Actually, before I do that, let's do this for one last time. All those different pictures that you've seen this. Okay, when running the 3As, Alaska, Arkansas. Let me see if I'm missing anything else here and there. He does sound nuts, and he does. And I I am still trying to figure that first picture because that doesn't even look like the same guy in that first picture. That's why I wasn't sure at first. Could that actually have been the person who passed away? But that doesn't make sense with everything else we're hearing now. And also, but it shows how different he can look, especially, and there is pictures. His Facebook has pictures of him, no hair. Now, of course, those pictures are very old, but it gives you a basic idea of the shape of his face at that time. It looks like he's gained weight since then, things like that. So we've got that. So let me just real quickly pull this up. And I did make a poster for this one because there really is not much out there to share right now. Really is not. Um, so we've got, let me just pull this over. Okay, Nicholas Wayne, okay, Hamlett. He's 45 years old from Monroe County, Tennessee, and even the where he's from. Okay, that's been hard. I'm hearing multiple different locations from where he currently lives. Okay, police do state that when they identified who he truly was and they went back, it was a Tennessee address. So I'm taking it that he was living in Tennessee at the time, but I'm hearing so many different ideas here. And I think a lot of that is coming from the fact that we have not been given a lot of information on this. And so he's 5'7", 170 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, and like KK said earlier, keep an eye on that nose, on the eyes and the upper nose. Those are the areas that are really recognizable for him. The deep set eyes. Okay. Nicholas is wanted by law enforcement for first degree murder. He is known to use various aliases, including Brandon Andrade. He has ties to Montana, Tennessee, Alabama, Alaska, Kentucky, and Florida. And in fact, I think there might have been new ones added since then. South Carolina, I didn't have any here at the time. He's considered dangerous. Oh, good. I can redo it because I typed that up. So I can retype it and add in South Carolina. I'll give you guys a new poster as soon as I'm done here. May be armed. If you see him, do not approach. Call 911. Now, if you have information, if you've seen him, if you've heard that name, okay, maybe you knew a guy by this name who kind of looks like this guy, okay, and he wasn't going by Nicholas Hamlett, he was going by Andrade or someone else, okay, you can call the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. They need those information right now because they're trying to track him down. And what does worry me with this guy is seriously how many aliases he's gone through. We know for a fact he most likely has killed one person and he has tried to kill another one by burying them. We know he's not the smartest guy in the deck by trying to set up this 911 phone call saying that this poor person who passed away was being chased by a bear and ran off the side of a cliff and fell near water. He's not the smartest little guy out there. Okay, but that makes him even more dangerous. Okay, he lies to the police over and over, and he needs to be found, and he needs to be found quickly. And so hopefully, as you guys were saying, I guess you were saying that some local, what was it, CNN is covering this now, was it? Hopefully News Nation will pick up on it. Sorry, I'm looking for who it was you guys said was covering it now. on the mainstream media. But hopefully News Nation will pick it up. They're usually really good about getting the stuff out. Even Adam Rink, it started very quietly online, and then before you knew it, we had coverage happening across the country. Guess what? The guy turned himself in, and now any of the children that he may have been attempting to hurt are now safe. And so if you guys can help me with sharing this out, I'd really appreciate it. As I said at the beginning of the live, I had an really, really amazing member of my mod team approach me with an email with some ideas for the channel and ways we can grow the channel and all. And I really would love to hear more from you guys. If there are things you'd like to see more, okay, my heart is always with the missing, always. But as you see, I am covering more of the regular true crime stuff. If there are things you'd like to see covered, if you'd like to be involved in research, things like that, please send me an email. Okay, let me know. You can also look at joining our Discord or our Facebook group. Okay, probably Discord a little bit more than Facebook, but even Facebook works. I'm on Facebook and you can actually connect with me on Messenger that way. And but I really want to thank that mod. You know who you are, and if you want to say who you are, you can feel free to do that. I didn't ask ahead of time, but I really wanted to say thank you for taking the time to put that together and come up with those ideas because I've been racking my brain and I really appreciated that. So yes, and the words of KK, I hope you liked the stream. I'm DC happy you were able to make it, my dear, today. And I'm going to go change the poster, then play with the pups. I'm really loving having time totally alone in the house. My mom's on the mainland, as many of you guys know, right now with her friends. So I have been living the bachelor life, it feels like right now. And it really feels cool. So, but I am getting ready for life's craft fairs this weekend. Okay, so that's exactly okay. Ocean Tide says, I like the variety of cases. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate. Okay. I'm going to make sure that I write all this down and keep those things. And Kimberly's like, whatever you want to do, we'll watch no matter what. And I like that too. And AJ, who's been here at, sorry, AJ, DC. See, a lot, he's been around here so long that we've gone through name changes. See, we do that all the time in YouTube land. And also gets to meet the new people. And that's what I love. Thank you. Thank you in the bushes. I don't want to say it anything without talking with you. The bushes is the one who stepped up for that. And I really do appreciate it. And also, thank you, KK. That's what I was looking for. I was trying to play around. Okay, to pull up my Discord. Please join us on Discord. I have been horrible about it and I need to get better on it. Right now, with mom not here, it's a perfect time for me to kind of try to get my button gear. I may be adding some more totally different type of thing with my craft fairs. Someone mentioned doing some streaming from craft fairs and also that would be a fun thing. So, but let me know. But in the meantime, if you guys can help me once I get this poster out for Nicholas Hamlett, please do that. Cassie wanted to say bye. You want to say bye, Cassie? You say bye-bye? Yeah. And also, oh yes, I'm a famous movie star. I am so, yes. By the way, those of you who showed up to either the Sour Challenge, which by the way, that Sour Challenge gang, that freaking Sour Challenge was worse than the Hot Challenge. The Hot Challenge, when I was done, I was fine. My tummy was a little weird, but nothing major. It literally took 36 hours for my tongue to get back to normal. Okay. And even to this moment, the inside of my cheeks are raw. For those of you who don't know what was going on, we actually had the Taste of the Sour over at Siren's channel. And oh my gosh, we did the what is it called? The Black Death candy or whatever. And it was, oh my gosh, horrible. I think we've got one more hot one coming up. Here's all the goodies for the hot one coming up. And when he schedules that one, and then we will be having an ode to the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving episode at one point too. And oh my gosh, DC, it was so freaking hard. It was so hard. I mean, that Black Death candy is like lightning. It's like lightning. And as for Robbie's Live, guys, if you haven't seen it, that was so much fun. There is going to be a part two. So keep an eye out for that. It's probably going to be a couple months at least, I would think, because when he does it, yes, I did. And what's so bad, Kimberly, I did go ahead and eat it. So you'd have to go a little further. I had seen in fact, here's the wrapper for the one that I thought I had lost. I saw him pull the bag out, and I've seen that bag before because they sell it here in Hawaii. Okay, because it's Japanese candy. So I, in my head, thought I was looking for the little, it's a paper bag, okay, that's yellow that it comes in, and then all the candies are in that paper bag. And I'm looking everywhere for that paper bag, and I literally could not find it. I thought it was going to be another bag like this. So, but yeah, I got all of that stuff here. Some of it I will probably go back and snack on. Others will probably never be seen again. The blue raspberry one was like death. That one was pretty bad. So I'm sorry, guys, about the ads. I do apologize for that. Those of you who are getting ads, the cost of having a channel, Sleuth talks about it a lot of times too. No matter what we try to do, StreamYard went through the roof. I'm trying Restream, all those other things. So I do apologize, DC, everyone, for those ads. I really hate them. I try to keep them further away from each other, but they do help me a little bit in being able to pull this stuff to the channel, to be honest. And thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for that. So, but yeah, this weekend I will try to figure out how I can. In fact, I got to find my gimbal, and then maybe I'll pick up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be at the Christmas fair, so maybe I'll dump my friend for a few minutes and leave him at the booth, and I'll go and stream and let you see what's going on at the booth there. So, because there's some great little things going on. In the meantime, I did put those up since I had to take down my flag. I put up a bunch of my diamond paintings again. It's the holiday season, and I got a bunch of them. I I know DC. If anyone would understand, you would. DC streams too, and understands what it. Even though, yeah, you haven't in a while. I know you're going to get back to it, my dear. So, and also, thank y'all so much. Dogs are begging for more treats. I have two more sitting here, and they're just eyeing me, waiting for them. So we're going to go and give them those. So, do keep an eye out for the next movie. I am trying to get Miss Mary Lee into the second movie. We will see if that actually happens or not. This one was a smaller part just because of time and stuff like that. But it was, oh my gosh, if you haven't got a chance to see it, Clout Clout Chasers on Robbie's channel, gang, it is so the true crime community. It's a meta movie on our true crime community. It is just so great. So I hope all you guys have a wonderful day. Cassie is scratching my hand for a treat, so I'll give her that. So I will talk on to everyone else. Case homework. Watch the movie Taking Lives. Okay, I am writing Taking Lives down instead of hitting the end stream live. I'm writing this down because I'll forget Taking Lives. Okay, I got to go watch that. Okay, we will talk about that soon. Love you guys. Aloha.